Hey folks, Wells here, welcome back to another Paul Master video, and let's talk about Luxray Synchro today. So, Luxray is very, very good. I think it's probably one of the better units that they released lately, right? A lot of things about it. So, it is like it has a lot of different roles that it could take, right? It could tank very, very well. It could do damage very well, right? And it could just be, good old Luxray tech basic kit very well as well, right? With electric train, move gauge, refresh, and all that stuff. So let's go into the different builds, and there's a lot of different builds that you could go for this one, right? So as usual, let's start with 1 out of 5. Even though again, as usual, nothing too much to talk about at 1 out of 5. Just pick up basically everything not named Wild Charge, unless you want to do damage with Wild Charge, which I guess you can, but like, it's not that good. I mean, base like 1 out of 5 Wild Charge build would kind of be like a regular. Oh, forgot about this one. Would kind of be like a regular Elisa build with like what? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 more power and move gauge refresh with electric terrain, right? I mean, I guess it's okay. I mean, if you think regular Lisa was fine, then you could go with that. Personally, I don't think it's fine. I think regular Lisa was pretty bad. Um, so yeah, whatever. Anyways, moving on to 2 out of 5, where it gets more interesting. 2 out of 5, I think probably you basically get the best out of a wild charge build, right? If you're building a wild charge build, 2 out of 5, you basically get everything, honestly. You come up here, pick up, stand fast 5, so you don't take yourself out that quickly. Power induction for the extra 30% boost under electric terrain, and then you probably come up here, pick up turbocharge, so you charge quicker in electric terrain, so you don't really need, this wild charge move gauge refresh, and obviously electric terrain MP refresh you basically need on every kit, right? And with that energy saved, right, you could come down here and pick up shock recovery 1, which restores your HP in electric terrain, which definitely helps, right? It gives you an extra bit of attack if you go this route. If you don't go that route, you go this route, you could get MP refresh on make some sparks if you don't have that much support, I guess. Although if you're running, if you're running him as striker, you kind of need some support, honestly. So I don't think it's extremely necessary. I'd probably take that extra +5 attack over here instead. And as for the last two, obviously you just pick up a stat note or whatever, right? So anyways, yeah, that's basically what you kind of want to build for if you're building like a wild charge build for Luxray, right? I guess you could come down and get critical focus if you're just playing like co-op and like no one else is really helping you out. Not that I'm a huge fan of this. If you, I mean, just getting crit is just better than extra 30%, right? If you're trying to, pick between like extra 1.5 or extra, 1.3, obviously you pick the 1.5, right? And you probably have to, make some more sacrifices all around. Not that I'm a huge fan of picking up critical. Like, I really like critical focus as concept, but it's just not good here, right? I mean, if you want to do critical focus, it's fine, but there's just way too much sacrifices that are being made just to pick up critical focus, so I probably wouldn't go for it. Anyways, as for, a tech build, if you're using Volkner as it's probably intended, right? You basically just pick up these. Nothing else is really a huge deal. Make some spark is nice, right? Just in case you need to pass some turns if you don't have enough MP. Although it shouldn't be that big of a deal because you're getting like both move gauge refresh on Thunderfang and you're also getting turbocharge 2 over here, which is a decent amount, right? And yeah, if you want, you could still also, come up here and pick up power induction, extra 30% damage on your Thunderfang, because like, your Thunderfang could still do like solid damage, because like you have what 3, with the attack up nose 319 attack, which is that's basically striker level attack, right? So if you want to like do some damage with that, you could pick up that as well. But I'd probably just play shock recovery. Even though, again, if you're playing like a tech roll over here at 2 out of 5, I probably wouldn't tank with Volkner just yet. Just because, like, you have good defense, right? These are really, really solid defenses with very, very good HP stat. But I'd probably wait for 3 out of 5 before, like, actually tanking with Volkner. But again, you could still do that if you want, right? So, yeah, as for the extra 20, you could just pick up either, if you want Thunderfang power-ups or more, realistically, just, I guess, some stat power-ups, right? Along with some of these mixed in. If you're if you're worried about getting paralyzed, you could do that, I guess. Right? So not too much you could do at 2 out of 5 in terms of, tech build for Volkner. Anyways, moving to 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5, you have a few more options in terms of your wild charge build, right? You could, again, still come up and pick up power induction up here, and then obviously still need electric terrain. That's like the basis of your wild charge build, right? You also get paralysis energy too. I personally don't think it's really worth it to go down here. I mean, you could pick it up, but again, I'm not a huge fan. And then if you pick that up, you can either pick up an extra wild charge power up node, or in this case, since you don't have enough energy to pick up turbocharge, probably want to pick up move gauge refresh instead. You could run this. You just really need a dedicated healer for Volkner Luxray. Say if you're running like Volkner Luxray, like if you're running this build with like a Singzu Leaf or a Swan or whatever, this is fine. That's an extra 20% damage. 20% damage is good, right? But otherwise, I just probably would just play it safe instead. Honestly, I just probably won't pick up the paralysis energy, and just again, shock recovery and maybe catalytic cure if you want, right? Although I'd probably still just pick up, like, here's the thing with catalytic cure, like, it heals a decent amount, but it's like 20%, which again, it's not the worst, but I just probably just play it safe, and because shock recovery recovers your HP every single time, right? And on average recovers more than catalytic cure. And I'll just pick up turbocharge here instead, just for the extra speed and all that, or move gauge management, which is nice. And this is, hey, look at this. This is basically your 2 out of 5 build, right? So yeah, you don't really change too much at 3 out of 5 in terms of damage. However, at 3 out of 5, what you can do is you got Electro Repulsion 3 over here, which is, it decreases the damage you take by 30%, which is a lot, right? So, say if the opponent hits you for 100 damage, you're only taking, 70 damage in this case, right? Which is very, very good. So for that, you probably would want to, pick up all this stuff, right? And then you still want, obviously, shock recovery down here. Also Harry 3 is a thing as well. I forgot to mention about Harry 3. Harry 3 is just, in terms of damage build, Harry 3 is, it's a good buff. It's just, it's just not as reliable as paralysis, unless, obviously you're running, more flinchers, right? It is kind of hard though, and if you're trying to get, if you think about team comps, because Luxray needs a crit buffer, right? It needs a crit buffer, it needs physical attack buffers. Obviously you could run Dustclops for that, but that's not the best one, right? I mean, in terms of tanking, you can't really take too many hits. Either Dustclops doesn't have any healing at the moment. And then on the other hand, you still need someone to flinch, which in this case, Acerola maybe. You could use Swan, but Swan is very, very unreliable. If you want to pick up Harry 3, but you can still go for it. I'm just personally not sure if it's really worth it, right? And plus you can't go and pick up shock recovery as well. I just don't think I'm just not sure if it's really worth it. And power induction is just so much better, right? And more reliable. Anyways, back to the tank / tech build ish thing, whatever you want to call it. Again, probably want to pick up shock recovery over here, and then you got first aid down here as well, which you forgot about that. You probably want to pick up. HP plus 30 is nice, right? So pick up first aid down here. Oh wait, no. Oops, forgot to mention we do have to get electro repulsion. In this case, you know what? We can actually drop turbocharge. Oh, that was the thing. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to pick up turbocharge. Whoops. And then you could pick up the stuff over here, and I mean, it depends. You could go for this extra HP plus 30, or you could go for defense plus 10. The good thing about defense plus 10 is that you could get Thunderfang move gauge refresh, right? And good thing about HP plus 30 is you get an extra 30 HP, which is really nice, because if you pick up HP plus 30, it's 750 HP right over here, or 760, whatever, right? But again, it depends on what kind of build you're running, how affordable move gauge is. Obviously, if move gauge isn't as affordable, you definitely would want to go with move gauge refresh on Thunderfang instead, which leaves you with this option, which is fine, right? Unfortunately, we don't have that extra 1 energy, so we could just pick up turbocharge. But yeah, we're down 1 energy. Unfortunately, can't pick that one up, right? Unless I'm actually. Oh yeah, never mind. We could pick it up. We could pick it up. No, I'm tripping. You could just pick up Thunderfang over here. Never mind. So yeah, you basically get this, which is very, very good because again, you have let's just pick these two up, right? You have what? Over 200 on your defense, and then 198 on your special defense with like 700 or so HP, right? And then you're getting extra 30% damage reduction on that, on top of that, right? So this is very, very good. This is very, very good. Yeah, like you could tank relatively well. You heal well, right? You're healing every time you make a move. First aid, if you get into a pinch, you could heal that up. And then once you're out of that pinch, you're in a safe area, you can keep on healing with shock recovery. And then, while you're at that, Thunderfang, Paraflinch, that's still going on, right? Turbocharge, you don't have to worry about your move gauge issues. And then, again, Electro Repulsion, make sure you don't get hit too hard. Electric Terrain, still use that to help your electric teammates for that, right? So anyways, yeah, Luxray really, really nice. I really wish I could have it at 3 out of 5. Unfortunately, don't have it yet. I'll just keep on trying on dailies, honestly. I'm probably not going to do another summon video on it. Unless, like, I just really don't get it at the end. Maybe I'll try and go for it, on the last day before the banner goes away. I really want to try out this build, man. I want to try out this build so bad. I really want to try out this build, this 3 out of 5 build, tank / tech. It looks so fun. It looks so fun. But oh well. Anyways, that's me for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know, guys, think in the comments down below. Like and enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel for some more Pokemon Masters content. I'll see you guys in the next one.